What's good, everybody? RJ Sheldon here with another episode of Spartan Dogs. As you see on the screen here, to my left, your right, got my good brother Tony Lippett with me. What's happening, my good brother?
Oh, we on a video with it. We on a video with it.
We are on the video with it, my good
What's the
brother.
word with y'all? What's the word with y'all, man? What's happening?
Absolutely. Let's go ahead and get right into it. Lions, man, ass whooping, belt ass. 47-9 win against the Dallas Cowboys. Jared Goff, 18 of 25 from the field, 315 yards throwing, 3 touchdowns. Definitely MVP candidate. He's chasing that for sure. Montgomery paid big bag that they had got him for before the game. You know, it's always nice when you go ahead and get a nice little paper check to go out. You feeling like you're on top of the world. He played very well that game against the Cowboys. 12 carries, 80 yards, 2 touchdowns. Gibbs, 12 carries, 63 yards. Williams, 3 receptions, 76 yards, and a TD. I can go down the list. Everybody was eating this game. talk to me about this game, what it does for the Lions, and obviously their coaching staff moving forward.
First off, great win. We talked about it previously. I told you they was gonna go down there, and it was probably gonna be a blowout. I'm like, they wasn't gonna take their foot off the gas. It wasn't gonna be like a clean game. Like they was gonna be blowing them out, and they was gonna keep going all the way for 60 minutes, and that's what they was doing. Flea flickers, throwing it to left tackles, doing the same play. They literally did the same play that they did last year. As a 2-point conversion, they did the same play, the same one, just to rub it in their face, just to rub it in Dallas' face. Like, bro, y'all literally got lucky last year. And from now on, every time we play y'all, I think that's becoming a rivalry. I ain't gonna lie. I think Detroit and Dallas is becoming, a good little rivalry to the point where you can be like, this is good for football. Because you never really see rivalries like that, especially new foreign rivalries happen in the NFL. Like you don't see that. Maybe
Not at
college,
all.
college like that, but in the NFL, you definitely not seeing no new rivalries. I think Dallas and Detroit has become like a new rivalry. Like when they play each other, everybody gonna be tuned in. I think that's good for sports, definitely. But they beat them. I mean, they beat them every which way. I mean, you scored 9 points at home. Nine points at home. Was it 3 field goals, if I'm not mistaken? 3 field goals. And this is before your bye week. Yeah, this is a terrible way to go into your bye week. But great win for Dallas. Great win for Detroit. Lost a big piece. Hopefully Hutch get better and be ready for
Right.
next year because that was one of them bad injuries you don't want to see when you playing ball. But I know he's gonna come back with his work ethic, his attitude, his intensity, his detail. He's gonna be ready to play next year. So I just think they got to take care of their business this year. But it was a great win for Detroit. Big win, big early season win, and I love to see what they're doing. I like what they got going on over there. So I'm tapped in, man.
Absolutely, as you should be. Just to add on, you had Hint, obviously, Hutchinson. That was horrific of watching that, but defense is playing very well. That game, they had 4 sacks and 3 interceptions as a unit. I mean, from the back end, guys obviously at linebacker, D end, making plays. And when you go down to Jerry Jones' world, the team that's talked about the most, regardless of what year it is, and you do what you just did to them, oh yeah. That number one, I think we all can say right now that, the people I bring on could care less about the Cowboys. It's always nice to see the Cowboys go ahead and get beat on in their own place. Um, Obviously that game done with. Huge game this week in Minneapolis against the Vikings. That should be game of the week. Talk to me a little bit about that, kind of as been in situations where you've been in big games in the NFL. You know what those games are like, those key games, especially in a division game. What do you think those guys are thinking of, or what they need to do to go ahead and get that win in Minneapolis? It's going to be tough. Don't get me wrong. But what do you think some keys to that going into this week for the Lions?
I mean, it's definitely gonna be tough. You got a hot Vikings team. I don't think they would have wanted their bye week this early because they hot right now, and you don't want to have you don't want to have your bye week when you're hot. You want to keep it going and probably have a bye week around like week 9, week 10. But first division game for the Lions this year. This their first division game. This division is gonna be steep. Gonna be a battle every game. I think every single division game out of this conference, out of this division, is gonna be physical for sure. But it's also gonna be filled with great quarterback play. But to specifically talk about this for what the Lions got to do to go in there and win, they have to play Lions football. I feel like the Lions have an identity now to where, hey, we're going to run the ball. We're going to run our little trick plays. We're going to run our screens. We're going to get the ball to our weapons. That's one thing I like about Ben Johnson is that he finds ways to get the ball to his weapons. Like, yeah, it's about the plays and, the flashes and, all the sprinkles on the route. All of that shit is good, but he finds ways to get the ball to Brown, to get the ball to Gibbs, to still hand the ball out to Montgomery, to still get the ball to Laporta. And he might have found two other weapons as well with Raymond, number 11. He makes some plays. And Tim Patrick. If you're familiar with Tim Patrick, he played with the Broncos a couple years ago, but he had like 2 years. We had like injuries,
Right.
and he's been out for the last couple years. But he found himself a place in Detroit, and he can be that third receiver. You feel me? That third plug-in, third, fourth receiver that can come in and make some plays, like a Jawan Jennings from the 49ers. So it's going to be tough to go into the Vikings arena and win, especially with that defense, Brian Flores, Sam Darnold playing the way he playing, Aaron Jones. They just traded for Cam Akers, so that might mean Aaron Jones might be out a game or two. But if he's not out and you just got those two guys, I like Cam Akers. Cam Akers, he's been there, so they're familiar with him as well. That offense is pretty good. I mean, we still don't know when Hawkinson is going to come back either, the tight end. So the Vikings is hot right now. They're rolling, and I want to see how they come off the break too. You feel me? Like coming off a bye week, you never really know because you're away from the program a little bit. You probably get to go home. You probably get the vibe, and you might take a step back and relax a little bit. But they at home. Fans gonna be ready to cheer on the division game there. It's gonna be turn, man. So I expect a good game. I really expect a good game. I don't know who I think gonna win right now. I think it's gonna be a really intense game though. A really intense, detailed game, physical game, and shit. The best team that day gonna win. So I might have a choice for y'all later on, but right now, they both two dominant teams right now for real.
No, they are definitely two teams that are definitely hot. I mean, Vikings 5-0, Lions 4-1. Obviously, the Vikings, we all know what they got with Sam Darnold, Justin Jefferson, Addison, Hawkinson. What I think he's actually going to be active, what I've been seeing just on Twitter and things like that. At some point, hopefully I can go ahead and have the inside where I know. But as of Twitter, I think he's definitely going to be a go. So this is Imano, your best athletes versus our best athletes. It's going to be a lot of great one-on-one battles in this game, and it's going to be like that. And you had hinted on it. It's going to be like that throughout this whole NFC North division.
Yeah.
Because all those four teams are very good at each position, and I'm so excited to see it start now for a couple ball clubs because they haven't really started in the NFC North. But this game here, I'm sick of these good games being at noon. Like, can we go ahead and get these games prime time? Like the Jets now, obviously we're going to talk about that later, getting their edition. Now they're going to be on prime time. The Chiefs are going to be prime time. The fact that I'm looking at this right now, it's a noon game, irritating, but it is what it is. Because then you got this game going on, and then you got the Packers versus the Texans game going on at the same time. Like, can we get those spread out? Can we get those spread out, please? But anyways, back to this game. It's going to be fun. It's going to be action-packed. A lot of good football is going to be played this game, and a lot of great football is going to be played in the NFC North.
Question for you.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're approaching the trade deadline. Do you feel that Minnesota have the team they need to compete for a championship right now, or do you think there's another move that can, add playmakers to this team and add, just a little bit more spunk? Like when you get a team, like let's say when the Lakers got Ryan Artest, you feel me? When they got him, it's like, oh shit, we got another. You feel me? We got another dog, another guy that's really gonna help us win. Do you think there's a guy out there that Minnesota should go after specifically Minnesota, to take them over the top?
I would say as of right now, I really like their offense and I like their defense. I like the personnel that they have. Kwesi, I think, is definitely still because, at that GM position, you always got to find pieces to go ahead and put yourself in position to win Super Bowls. It ain't winning playoff games. It ain't winning it's Super Bowl. Like, that is the main goal at the end of the day. I know there's a couple free agents out there right now from a D-lines, standpoint. You got the Max Crosby's. I don't know if he's going to stay there. That's pushing it. But I forget the guy's name out of I played with the Philadelphia Eagles that had some situation. He wasn't happy. He left his agency. Yep, Reddick maybe might be on the radar, which would be a great piece for them. And I wouldn't be surprised if Kwesi's definitely on the phone with his whoever new agent or talking with the Eagles. That would probably be the only piece that I think that would be, not surprised, but be like, oh yeah, that's definitely a Kwesi move to where he's going to bring him in to go ahead and give more on the defensive line and create more havoc. They're already creating more havoc as it already is. They got top defense from top to bottom.
Yeah.
D-line to safeties. That was probably about the only guy that I think that'll be maybe on their radar. But if it's not, they're still good. And then realistically to keep that as well, like with the Lions, obviously Hutchinson going down, right? Like, do they go ahead and get Reddick? Do they go ahead and find another piece? Do they trade to get Max Crosby? But I think realistically, to be real in the situation, it would be nice to go and do that. But I think Aiden will come back, and I think their defense of what they got there is definitely going to go ahead and, regardless if it's not getting sacks, they'll still get pressure. They're having a great year in the secondary. They got guys playing well. So it might be a trade-off to where they're getting more takeaways than sacks. But who knows? We never know until we look on Twitter. But to answer, obviously, the question for the Vikings, I think they're good. And I think both teams are good, to be honest with you.
Okay.
But I think a stat that, I'm looking, shout out to Real, that you had put me on. Both sides of the ball, especially in the offense, they're number one in points, number 3 in yards per play. They're 4th in both categories for rushing and passing, and they're 6th in TDs. And it's like that's a unreal defense.
This the Vikings you talking about?
No, this is the Lions.
Their what? Their offense or their defense?
Their offense is what I just listed off. So they're a top. If you put it all together, they're a top probably 6 offense in the NFL, which is crazy.
Yeah.
And their defense complements as well. Just looking at it, like 8th in games allowed, points per allowed per game. Excuse me. Pass per yards, 246 to 27, but that's the only hiccup. They only hold their opponent to 83 rushing yards a game. That's 3rd. Sacks, they're 7th. And tackles for loss or tackles on down or whatever OTD, they're 2nd. So realistically, this Lions team is tough. I really, since last year, the Lions have, when you look at them, they're like, okay, yeah, this team's for real.
They must see TV. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, Monday night, Sunday night, the 4:30 them games, primetime games, they need to be on even more now because I feel like it's gonna be like that. Because as Jared Goff is gonna be the quarterback for the Lions for the next 10 years, I feel like.
Absolutely.
That means I think they're gonna be in playoff contentions in those years. I think in the next 5, the Lions win a Super Bowl. Within the next 5 years, the Lions are gonna win a Super Bowl somewhere in there. Before 2030, they're gonna win a Super Bowl.
That's real. That's realistic. They have the team to do it. And if we all know what you need to go ahead and be able to win a Super Bowl. You need a quarterback, a coach, a tight end, a run game, and a defense. Lions got all that.
Yeah.
Moving on, obviously we had talked earlier, they do face the Vikings. They are there in Minneapolis. That is a noon game as of right now. Michigan State football coming off their bye week. Spartans face Iowa at home. Got to protect Spartan Stadium. Got to go ahead and do what needs to be done for you to get locked in because you're going to need to be locked in. Iowa just beat Washington, who Washington just beat Michigan. That I think might have been 2 weeks ago. but they went ahead and beat Washington 40-16. If you've played in the Big Ten and watched Big Ten football, you know what Iowa does. They're going to run the football. They don't beat themselves. They play very well on the defensive end. Talk to me a little bit about this game and what you're thinking or what you want to see. What do you want to see on Saturday?
A win first, for sure.
Right.
Definitely. I mean, it's homecoming. There's going to be a lot of faces up there, a lot of familiar people up there, a lot of people that, they probably only come back to Michigan State for one game, for one weekend, and that's homecoming weekend. So I would just say I want to see a energetic team, which I think they play with good energy. I just think they need to show that they won't make the same mistake twice.
Right.
It's like as we watching the games, they making some of the same mistakes repeatedly, and that's what you don't want to see. Like, you don't see that from great players. You feel me? I'm not saying, that they have to be great. But shit, somebody got to be great. You feel
Somebody
me?
got to do it.
Somebody have to be great. Like, somebody got to, be able to enlighten the rest of the team. Like, light them up. Like, give them energy. Be the spark of the team. If it's just a big play being made or just consistent play. Like, they need that. And obviously, they're young and things like that. But we what is it? Week 7, week 8. This was like, what's this, game 6? This would be game 7.
One of the two.
Yeah, it's game 7. So I'm just looking for them to show up and win, bro. Iowa's a beatable team. Now Iowa plays the way Iowa play. We know Iowa. We know what type of we know you got to do a couple more squats, a couple more deadlifts, more leg presses that week because that's what Iowa. That's what they're gonna make you do because the boys play physical down there. But it's very winnable. It's a very winnable game. It's at home, in the backyard, prime time. Just go out there and have fun, make some plays, man. The plays are going to be there. Like, Iowa's not filled with athletes all over their roster. Not saying that they don't have athletes on their roster because they do. But they're not filled with top-notch athletes on their roster. And it's never been that way. Iowa has an identity, and it's never been known to be, have some of the best athletic guys on their team. They play with physicality. They play smart.
Right.
Play with detail, and you can just tell, like, especially playing Iowa, that's just how they play. So I'm looking for a win. I'm looking for them to come off the bye week and get a win. That's what it is. Come off the bye week, get a win at home, take care of the woodshed, and continue to find your identity. You feel what I'm saying? Continue to find that identity because I think we got a little bit of identity, but potential can only go so far. You feel what I'm saying? So
Facts.
I'm excited to see the game. I'm excited to see the quarterback. I'm excited to see the plays he make. I'm excited to see the throws he make. I'm excited to see the defense flying around. So let's get it. I expect to win. I don't care what the spread is, what none of that shit is. I don't know. I think let me see the spread. It's a -6 for Iowa.
Probably -6, six
Yeah.
and a half, maybe.
Nope, it's 6. It's just 6.
6.
Yeah, both of them is I guess the Iowa is -108 and Michigan State is -112. So I don't care about none of that spread shit. I don't care
I
nothing.
don't either.
I just want to see it win. And that's it. So that's all I got. Go out there and get the W Saturday night. Homecoming, night game. You can't ask for nothing better than that, especially coming off a bye week. Go out there and make it happen.
Absolutely. Nothing better than that. Spartans 3-3 right now. 13th in the Big Ten. Let's turn the tables. I'm right with you. I think this is just go out there and just play. You've already went ahead and did what you needed to do to get prepped for this week. The 5 a.m., 5:30, you wake up on whatever, probably Tuesdays or Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, whatever it is. I don't know what the schedule is. Go ahead and lock in as soon as you walk, from the Kellogg. Go ahead and be ready to go ahead and win a football game. Regardless how it is, get yourself primed up and ready to go because this is right now, if you go ahead and win this game, it's a whole different situation these next games.
Yeah.
It's a whole different feeling with inside you. Okay, cool. I've done this, this, and this. Now I know what I can do from now on after this game to go in and get better to go ahead and veer towards getting into a bowl game. So I'm ready. I'm ready to go ahead and see Spartans win this game here. You already hit everything on the head. We don't need to go ahead and go any further with that. Last but not least, obviously we have some hot topics. Before we get to those, though, man, Tigers did take the loss against the Guardians. It was it was this past Saturday. They lost against them. Obviously, that took them out there
Yeah,
playoff hopes and an opportunity to go ahead and win a World Series. Did you watch the game at all? Did you watch one?
I was about to say I should have watched it then, huh?
God, figured you didn't. But anyways, doesn't matter. Unreal season. Realistically, I think the Tigers are definitely going to be a team that's going to be getting into the playoffs every year. Coached well, got the players. We need to go ahead and figure out how Lip can go ahead and possibly tune in next year. But anyways, big news throughout the NFL. Obviously, we've heard it for the past 2 days. Devante Adams heading to the Jets.
Ooh.
Hamstring injury that probably wasn't a hamstring injury. He was probably in New York already, probably chilling at Aaron Rodgers' house. He probably even might have watched the game in the press box or in a whatever box, sky box at MetLife Stadium probably on Monday night. Talk to me about this. And there's a lot of people that think that this is just, okay, it's not going to help, which I think is crazy because you should know the history between Devante Adams and Aaron Rodgers. Talk to me about this situation for the Jets and what it does for their football team.
Man, I like it's different when it actually happens. You know, like all the talk up to it, like, okay, yeah, you know, this person is gonna go here, this person is gonna go to the Jets, Devante Adams to the Jets. We've been hearing this shit ever since Dog even went to the Jets. I think it would have happened last year in week 5 or week 6 if Aaron Rodgers didn't tear his Achilles. And if Aaron Rodgers was playing last year, that trade would have happened last year. But he like just go ahead and have your fun. One more year. After that, bring your ass back over here. We're going to come back together. I think that was a thing that they automatically wanted to do anyway. Because if we being honest, I think Aaron Rodgers has had a lot of great receivers or a lot of really, really good receivers. James Jones, Greg Jennings, Jordy Nelson, Randall Cobb, Donald Driver. I want to get some low key ones that people.
Golly, you're making my heart feel warm knowing all these great Packer wide receivers that we've had.
I'm a receiver in heart. I know my why. I know all my why. You feel what I'm saying? But those are the guys that really was making it happen there. You feel what I'm saying? But
Right.
Devante Adams probably was the best one that to come through there. And Devante Adams, he was always athletically gifted, cold. But his first year or two, he had some drop problems. And that got him to it got him to where he at now. Now he's literally a Hall of Famer, one of the best receivers ever. When it happened yesterday, I was like, oh shit. Because this is my thing. You know all the times where Aaron Rodgers would like get sacked or not know where to throw the ball to or hold on to the ball too long or whatever it is that's going on with the Jets these first 5 games. That shit won't happen no more. Because him and 17 know, hey, bruh, if these motherfuckers, I will throw it to you 25 times a game. We've seen it. We've seen Devante Adams play with Lazard and MVS and you know those young ass receivers that they was having over there where they couldn't do nothing. But Devante Adams will still be going off every week. There's not going to be a time where Aaron Rodgers is going to hold on to the ball. Him and Devante Adams, they have a chemistry. They have, you know, a connection on that field without saying a word to each other. They know where each other wants to be. So push come to shove, I'm throwing to 17. So I hope y'all get y'all. That's what he's saying. Hey, y'all better get y'all shit together because the ball not gonna be coming to y'all like it was before. Because whenever I get in trouble, whenever I feel there's trouble, whenever I feel there's something that you might not know to do the right way, I'm going over here to 17 because I know he know where I want him to be at. I know where he want the ball at. All of that shit, and it's quick. Aaron Rodgers is one of those guys that you need to be quick in your releases. Get open quicker. Some of them guys don't really know how to get open quicker. You know, maybe there may be long striding guys that, you know, catch the ball down the field or whatever. But Devante Adams is one of those off the line. I can get you right off the line and I'm open. And that's what he has now. So I think Devante Adams to the Jets, I think it makes their offense better, which makes their team better. So I'm not saying they're gonna go to the Super Bowl or they're gonna beat one of these good teams in the first round of the playoffs. But if they get to the playoffs and he has that connection with Devante Adams that we know he has, and that helps the other guys, Garrett Wilson, Lazard, and Brees Hall, and the offense, and it helps the defense play better because defense is top 5, top 10 defense in the league. They playing all right. They're playing good. But now you bring Devante Adams. Can he help you score another touchdown? I think he helps you score another touchdown. So that opens up the offense. So that's how I think that's going to help Aaron Rodgers. It directly helps Aaron Rodgers, so it directly helps his team. And what people are not really thinking about is that this move is for the now and the future. Like Devante Adams and Aaron Rodgers, they're not going nowhere. Like I think this just solidified Aaron Rodgers saying, "Hey, bro, I ain't retiring. I'm about to play another 4 or 5 years." You feel me? At the end of the day, I can go out there and do what Brock Purdy do. If I'm not saying nothing against Brock Purdy game, nothing against, but Aaron Rodgers at his lowest can do what Brock Purdy do. You feel what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like he Aaron freaking Rodgers. We know he can. We know what he can do. We know what he has done. But he shouldn't have to go out there and throw for 300 yards a game. Tom Brady didn't do it. Tom Brady when he won the Super Bowl with Tampa Bay, what did he have? 170 something passing yards in that Super Bowl game?
And I'll check downs to running backs.
Exactly. So this helps that offense, so it's going to directly help that team. And like I said, this is basically saying, hey, Aaron Rodgers, you got the keys to this team. This is your team. This is yours. So if there was any indecisiveness on who team it was, bro, you got one of the greatest quarterbacks ever on your team right now, and he's still playing football. You need to give him every fucking piece he needs.
Absolutely.
Period. That's just what it is. Like, why wouldn't you help your best player? He's gonna help you win a championship. If he wants Devante Adams, if that's gonna keep him there another 3-4 years, I'm going to get Devante Adams.
Absolutely.
So this was a great move, short term and long term. And I just think this makes it a better decision for Aaron Rodgers to come back. I don't think he's going to retire. I think he's going to at least play 2 to 3 more years. 5 if he wants to. You feel what I'm saying? So if you can throw the ball, you can throw the ball. Tom Brady is still throwing the ball right now. He's still out there throwing a dig route. Feel me? 15 in between 15 and 20 yards.
Yes.
He's still dropping back. If you can throw the ball, you can throw the ball. Just like shooters shoot. If you can shoot, let's Chauncey Billups. You think if he lined up right now and shot 23s, you think he wouldn't be able to make 50% of the motherfuckers? If not more than that. You feel me? Like,
right.
It's the big shot. Like, you can shoot. So,
right.
That's what that is, though. I think it's a great move for the Jets. I think it's a great move for Aaron Rodgers. Not saying they're going to win a championship this year, but it definitely adds to this offense. It helps that offense. It helps Garrett Wilson, which will help Brees Hall, which will help that defense even more. So I think the Jets I think they made the right move, for sure.
No, they definitely did. And to add on to that, people don't understand when I see people do understand because they've seen it. The time and the chemistry and everything, especially from a wide receiver or quarterback to a wide receiver, but let alone an elite quarterback and elite wide receiver, changes everything from an opponent's defense, the way they're going to have to now accommodate what they do. Now you are opening the defense that you're playing against to where they have to do something new now. They're going to have to double Devante Adams. And if they don't think they're not going to do that, Aaron Rodgers is going to go ahead and act like he was back in Green Bay, having 30 touchdowns in under 5 interceptions. Because you better account for what they have going on, especially Devante Adams. I truly believe this right now of what they did to add on what you said is now and the future. I truly believe, and I was literally I think tweeted this, there is no rhyme or reason that the New York Jets should not go 8-3 going into the rest of the season. There should be no reason why they should not make the playoffs.
Yeah, schedule is pretty damn favorable.
And on top of that, the game that they just played on Monday night, me and you both played wide receiver. Mike Williams doesn't slip. He catches the ball. They either got opportunity to go ahead and win that game or tie the game up and go into overtime.
Did you hear the explanation? Did you hear like what Aaron Rodgers in the press conference said about that route?
Yes.
You know what he meant, right?
Know exactly what he was. Duh. We were taught that. We know what was going on. That's why I never second guessed him at all.
Like, bro, it's cover two, right? It was cover two.
Yes. Go outside. What are you doing?
And even if you don't go outside, even if you go inside, you still have to widen your ass back out. But that's the thing when you playing with great players, bro. They're gonna make you play great, or they're gonna make you play bullshit. You feel what I'm saying? Like you can't be your attention to detail. It has to always be there. You think that's the first time he told Mike Williams, "Hey, bro, you got to go outside of that." That's not the first time. If I'm
No.
calling you out in the media, motherfucker, I've said this to you Thursday on last
Right.
practice when we ran it. In walkthroughs, you went inside, bro. You cannot go inside. If it's cover two, take your ass outside because like the slot is running at the safety. As he's running free release. Nobody's over him. He got a damn near free release. So he's gonna take him out and occupy him and keep him more towards the center of the field. If you run outside and you gotta have to give off, you might have to move the corner, motion them, move them off, swipe them by, whatever. It's taking a little time for that slot to get to the safety.
Right.
And the closer that slot gets to the safety have to look there. He have to look like, okay, I got a guard and he's in my face. Now I can check. That's why he said he no-looked it over there. Because he probably was looking at that safety. And he probably just no-looked it because he knew, like, okay, this is cover two. I'm going to throw this hole shot. That's what it's called, a hole shot in between the corner and the safety. That hole shot. That's what he was trying to do. But if you go inside, you're literally bringing yourself closer to the slot and the safety. And you basically covering yourself up. That's why he threw it where he had to turn around the other side.
Right.
Because, nigga, you running straight,
Right.
right, 3-4 yards probably outside of the damn slot receiver because you then got pushed down and now you keep going. You ain't by the red line no more. So
Right.
it's attention to details, bro. Like some players can play. They got all that athletic ability and all that shit, but they can't think the game, bro. And like I said, it's not the first. I'm sure that's not the first time he told him that, bro. It's not and I don't think you should have to tell you. You one of the best receivers, motherfucker. This ain't high school. This
Right.
ain't college. You learned that. You learned that a long time ago. But when you so good and people keep telling you how good you is every week, you may not understand the importance of getting an outside release on 4 verticals versus cover 2. Nigga, that's an easy touchdown for you. That's an easy touchdown for you.
Man. No, absolutely. Well, and that's why Mike Williams is not there anymore. Well, and the thing is what even makes it worse. Like the fact that you slipped, but at the same time, you already hit on it. You don't do your job. Like you go out, like honest to God, if he goes outside, he might even ran the wrong route. Maybe he goes outside, even if he caught the ball there, it's underthrown. He's outside. He can come in, cut off the safety that's trying to catch the ball, and actually be on his feet.
But he underthrew the ball on purpose.
Yes.
He
I know
can't
that.
overthrow it because, it would have been a way easier pick if he overthrew it. Seven made a great fucking play.
That was a great play, yes.
But if he overthrew it, 7 gonna make an easier play. I have
Right.
to throw it because you're so close to him.
Right.
But you just out there just running. You're not aware of what you're doing.
Right.
Awareness. If you ain't got awareness, you can't play with great quarterbacks. Like all the great quarterbacks know what he's talking about, bro. And I ain't gonna say great quarterbacks. There's a backup quarterback right now. Like, hey, bro, you got to get an outside release so I can throw this whole shot.
Absolutely.
Like,
It's wild.
bro.
But just to, I guess, conclude to go ahead in this, I think, great move by the New York Jets. They're going to be a serious football team. Like I said, I don't think that they're going to go ahead and really ever be in a position not to win a football game. I mean, if you look at the Monday night game, they should have won that game. The kicker, makes both those field goals. It's a different ball game. There's so many things that could have happened. But this right here, getting Devante Adams, makes the Jets very serious. It makes Aaron Rodgers even more of a threat than he already is. They have playmakers all around. Better be ready.
Okay, do you think they win a division? Do you have the Jets winning the division, or you have the Bills? Before this trade, who did you? I forgot who did you pick?
I think I still picked the Jets.
Okay, so you still got the Jets right now to win a division.
As of right now, I will still stay with the Jets. Even though I want to say the Bills, going on to them bringing on another piece that's good that we'll talk about.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay.
I'm still gonna go the Jets though.
Okay, so you got the Jets. So let's just say they probably the 4th seed because they're not going to be the 1st, 2nd, or the 3rd seed. That's probably going to be the Chiefs, Ravens, Texans, or the Ravens, or in any order. We'll see. But they're going to be the 4th seed. Do you have them beating? Let's just say they played the Cincinnati in the first round. They at home because they won a division. So home game, they playing Cincinnati, Joe Burrow in the first round. Who you think gonna win that game?
If I said earlier that they go 8-3 and say, for instance, they go ahead and win their last 3 games and they're rolling, I'm taking the Jets at home. I'm not going against Aaron Rodgers, not going against Devante Adams, because at the same time, they could have a full healthy defense. I don't know if they're going to be healthy, but whatever's healthy is healthy. I'm still taking the Jets. At home in MetLife, I'm taking the Jets.
Okay, if they play the Chargers, you think they beat the Chargers?
Yes.
Steelers?
Yes.
Colts?
Absolutely.
I don't know if Miami comes back. I don't know if I don't know that whole situation. They 2-3 right now, but like I said, I don't know how they going. But let's just say they make the playoffs. If it's happen to be the Jets in Miami, who do you got winning?
If they're playing in Miami, if they're playing
No,
Miami,
not playing in Miami. They going because the Jets win
oh,
the division. I'm just talking about first round.
oh, they
They playing
Jets
New.
easy. Dolphins does. First off, we all know Dolphins playing in cold weather. It don't add up. It don't add up.
Okay, I just wanted to see how you thought it would shake out right there. I think the Bills gonna win the division. Now I do, but I still think the Jets gonna make the playoffs. I just think they gonna have to be that road team
Yeah.
in a win. But man, we should see. But go ahead.
No, obviously, well, that just turns right into what I was going to talk about for our next topic. Cooper heading to the Bills. I like that a lot for the Buffalo Bills. Cooper's a guy that just gets the job done. Wide receiver that knows what he does each and every snap. He knows his keys. He knows his own abilities. He's been doing it for what, 8-10 years? If it seems like my numbers might be off,
I think
but
it was
talk.
we was in the same combine.
And he's still doing his thing, still producing. I'm so happy he got out of Cleveland. Cleveland was a shit show for him, and he was just and he had tweeted, he's like, I was just wasting time, or I forget what he had said on his Instagram.
And he don't even talk.
And he don't, and that's the thing. Like he basically was dogging, like said, like man, like basically Rustin, basically in Cleveland. But talk to me about this, what this does for the Bills, because this is another big addition on top of the news of obviously Adams heading to the Jets.
First off, I like the move. I definitely like the move. We were talking about the places that Amari Cooper could end up because we kind of knew he was gonna get traded. And the Bills are one of the places that he could land. I think this is a great spot for him. I mean, he used like we can't say he don't play good in the cold no more. Shit, he just played in Cleveland, and all he did was get him 1,000-yard seasons, big plays, 200-yard games. Like he's still Coop, bro. Like Coop is still Coop, and I think Coop is still a number one receiver. So I
Absolutely.
think he's going to be able to put balance in that offense to where Keon Coleman going to be able to do, go against the number 2 corners and the number 3 corners, and Khalil's was it Shakur? I think it's Shakur. Josh Allen likes him.
A
He like
lot.
he like him, and then he like his tight ends. But I think this move gives them kind of the same thing that Stephon Diggs gave them. It gives you a bona fide guy. Like you can rely on him. Like even if he's not having a great first half, or he don't have no carries in the first or touches in the first half, he's one of those guys that can still get it going in the second half or get it going in the fourth quarter. And you're gonna have to guard him. You're not gonna be able to one-on-one coverage him all the time like that. You're not gonna be able to do that. So I think that opens up the offense even more as well. I love the move. I think I thought this was going to be a rebuilding year for them, but I think they kind of, throughout the season played a few games. They was like, oh man, we pretty damn good. Like we playing well right now. Like yeah, we got a bunch of young guys and all these things, but we playing well. And you don't want to waste great quarterbacks when you have them. You don't want to waste a year. You shouldn't be rebuilding with a top 5 quarterback on your team.
Never.
You shouldn't be rebuilding with a top 10 quarterback on your team. Only reason you should be rebuilding if your ass is bottom 10 team. But rebuilding with a top 5 quarterback on your team, that just didn't fit right with them. So they went out and made the move. Great move for him. I think it's a great breath of fresh air for Amari. Obviously, the last couple of years been a fucking headache dealing with what's going on in Cleveland. Cleveland's just not a good spot for receivers. Dog, just think about it, bro. Cleveland really not. I think Amari Cooper was like the first receiver to go over 1,000 yards. He was the first one to like break some record for them. Period. I'm just like, bro, that's Nick Chubb town. Hand the ball off to him forever and get another running back and do that. But I like the move. I think it sends a like electricity through the locker room, through the team, and they kind of can see like, okay, we can go all in. We going all in. We still got Josh Allen. We still got the pieces. Let's get it cracking. This next half of the season, we got 11 games, 12 games to figure it out. Let's go. So I like the move. I enjoy the move. Great move for him. I know some people sick he went to Buffalo because they probably wanted to get their hands on him as well, but I think he's excited to go and play with, probably the best quarterback he's ever played with. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, he played with Dak Prescott. He played with Derek Carr.
No. Best quarterback right now in his career.
Yeah, right now. And that's at a good spot. Buffalo is a real good spot. Ain't shit to do in Buffalo. But like I said, his quiet ass, he don't be doing that anyway. But, hey, bro, great spot for him to, like, add on to his career. So that's a great landing spot for him. He going to ball out.
Absolutely. And just to go over just last year's stats for both these guys we talked about, I mean, 8 years, I think, plus in the league. Amari Cooper still had 1,200 yards, 5 touchdowns. Devante Adams had 1,100 yards as well, and 8 touchdowns. Great pickups for both organizations. Their front office did a great job. If you want my opinion, both of them definitely graded out very well to go ahead and make these pieces to make their football team better on the offensive end and as a whole. Definitely going to be sweet seeing them, and it's good for the NFL. It's good to see drama. Good to see guys go ahead and teaming up. Obviously, Adams and Rodgers, and now Josh Allen has a true number one in there to go ahead and continue to play at an MVP level, which I think he's playing very well, and that'll be definitely 2 great connections that we can definitely watch besides our football teams that we obviously love. On Sundays. One more hot take for you. I think it's definitely got to go ahead and be talked about. I want your honest opinion, even though we spoke on him earlier, about Jerry Jones and these sorry-ass Cowboys. Because I want to go ahead and definitely want to hear what you feel about these Cowboys as of right now, as a whole, because to me, this is just cinema. This is the perfect thing that I want to see. I got Jerry Jones out here trying to go ahead and stop guys like us mid-conversation or mid-interview going ahead, well, I could find somebody else to go ahead and do this and this, blase, acting like he's the head honcho. And then you got his team that comes out on every Sunday and gets absolutely dog-walked and look like they're the most shittiest team in the NFL. Talk to me about this situation right here, because I'm just going to sit here and just drink on my water, as you per usually say, because I know you got some good stuff to talk about it.
It's funny because I was sitting there thinking the other day, and I'm sitting there like, man, I wanted to play for the Cowboys. Like, I think I wanted to play like wide receiver for the Cowboys. Like going out, I didn't never really want to play for no team. I ain't had like no favorite team, nothing like that. But Dallas was one of the teams I was like, bro, I like playing in this stadium. You feel me? After the listening, I'm like, yeah, come on, let's go. I can get it in here. But all of the things that I say that's what's wrong with the Cowboys is showing. They defense still weak. I mean, they missing two guys, two of their leaders on defense right now. The last 3 games, Michael Parsons and Lawrence ain't been there, but they got blew out with them on the field too. Offense, no running game. All you got is CeeDee Lamb. They need to put somebody else next to CeeDee Lamb. They need to go and find out about a DeAndre Hopkins. Go and find out about Jerry Jeudy. Jerry Jeudy signed with the Browns, right? He signed with. They need to go talk to them, see if they can get him. Cortland Sutton. They need to see if they can go get him. They need a Devante Smith next to CeeDee Lamb. Like they need pieces. And I think this year Jerry Jones just said, all right, I'm going to give you the money. And I'm not going to put all of these other pieces around you that you think you need. I want to see what you're going to do with what you got. And I don't think Dak is that type of quarterback. I think Dak didn't had great teams, and he still didn't do shit. Great, cool regular season, doing your thing, but I want to see you win when it counts. You feel me? That's what I want to see. I seen the little whole interview thing when he was on the phone talking to the dude was talking to him, was asking him questions. And first off, he sounded like he was in his feelings. He keep forgetting he human too. I don't know what people be thinking, bro, but y'all motherfuckers human too. Don't think you can't. You feel what I'm saying? Don't think you better than nobody, my boy, because you ain't. And life gonna show you that. But it's like, bro, all he doing was asking some regular questions. You and your feelings. You a billionaire and you in your feelings like that. That's why I don't be hearing that shit when people be talking about, oh, well, you got money, you shouldn't be mad. What the fuck you mean? People get mad, they go through the same stuff you go through. They get mad, get jealous and angry, and they want to, prove to you that they're bigger than you, I guess. That shit, nah. And you can hear it in the dude's voice. He was kind of scared. I'm like, nigga, what you scared of, motherfucker? You scared? Like, bruh. That shit was weak to me. That's lame. And then people would be like, oh, well, he pay all of his players and he do all of this. Hey, bro. All I'm gonna tell you is a lot of these owners, bro, they only know you because of what you can do.
Facts.
Like they ain't going to your crib finding you. You have to go, you have to like put yourself on the map so they can even know your name.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, that's why I don't be trying to hear that shit. Dallas just sucked. And I told you this year. I told you it was 2 teams that I thought was going to fall off this year. I said the 49ers. I think I said the Bengals too, but I said the Cowboys too. I said the Cowboys are not going to go to the playoffs this year. They're not going to win shit, bro. They're not going to go to the playoffs. It's going to be a wrap. And that's what we're seeing. They not going to the playoffs. Their schedule was tough. Like, let me see. They got a bye week. They come off the bye week and play the 49ers. in San Francisco on Sunday Night Football. They're probably going to lose by 100. Then they play Atlanta in Atlanta. They probably going to lose that game too. They play the Eagles. They might lose that game too. They play the Texans. They're going to lose that game. Then you got Washington. You see Jaden Daniels? They're going to lose that game too. Then they play Giants. They might get a W.
They're gonna have a tough time beating Daniel. Daniel Jones might be cracking.
That's what I'm saying. I said they might get a dub. I ain't say they were gonna get one. I said they might. Then they got the Bengals on Monday Night Football. And then they got Panthers, Tampa Bay, and they end with Philly and Washington. So, bro, that's a tough schedule. They not playing them teams that they played last year when they was running through them teams. Remember, they was like, oh, they got 12 straight home games. That's because they wasn't playing nobody. Nothing against the NFL teams, but, bro, some of them niggas be weak, bro. I'm just telling you what it is. Some of them motherfuckers be weak. So, they gonna lose a lot this year, bro. They gonna lose. Like, you can already tell. Look at it. They getting blew out. Bruh, they getting blew. Bruh. Show me a elite quarterback that gets blew out in a season. When last time you seen Patrick Mahomes get blew out? When last time you seen Joe Burrow like really get blew out? Like they might lose some leads, but they not losing 47-9. They not losing 44-19, bro. They not gonna be down at home to the Ravens 28 to like 6 points in the fourth quarter. That's not happening, bro. So I think you get what you pay for. That's what I'm gonna say. You get what you pay for. All right, hey, y'all want Dak? Everybody in that locker room know that Dak is the quarterback. They know who Dak is, bro.
They do.
I ain't never heard nobody call. I ain't never heard at a training camp practice somebody call, Patrick Mahomes, a bitch ass, bitch ass dude. You feel me? Like go and practice
It's
after a play.
terrible.
Man, shut your weak ass up. You ain't nothing. Talking to the quarterback, like, bro, what? And I ain't saying it like you can't talk to the quarterback, but you ain't saying that to somebody that's a real killer though.
Right.
You ain't saying that to you saying that to a pretender. You ain't saying that to a real guy, a real dog. That's just how I look at it. They gonna lose a lot of games. They need to be in and they might as well go ahead. Try to get in that top 5 when you can go and get a Travis Hunter. You feel me? Go get a Travis Hunter. That's how I feel. Go get him. I would like to see him with Dallas. I would like to see him with a great program, not with no motherfucking, not in Cincinnati, bro, not in Cleveland, bro, not in Atlanta. No, I want to see him with the Giants, Cowboys. You feel me? The Ravens, Steelers, some team of shit. The Lions, I take. But that's just how I look at it right there, man. The Cowboys, they got a lot going on. They don't got enough talent on their roster right now. Guys are down, guys are hurt. And that next man up shit, that shit don't work like that. Because the next man up is, like I said, is backup that probably ain't ready to play.
No, that's
Might
real.
be fucking dig route when he posed to run a whole shot in cover 2. I'm just saying, bro. People can be athletic all they want. You can be athletic like you're not aware you could. Good luck to the Cowboys. Yeah, it's over with.
Hey man, Zeke Elliott, keep your ass out of Magic City too, bro. I've been hearing you've been out there Monday through Friday,
All right,
Tuesday through Thursdays.
get it in.
You might be there Thursday.
Get it in. You gotta live your life, man. Hey, you gotta find happiness somewhere. When you walk it,
Got to.
boy, when you lose it, you lose. You walk back into that building that Wednesday, man. The energy be so motherfucking. Hey man, you got to change. They say coach said you got to change your pants in the room. Hey, bro, get out my face. Go on with all that, dog. I've been wearing this shit
Man.
all the last 3 years. Now you want to come talk about my hat on in the meetings? Go on, bro. Yeah, motherfuckers get tight, boy.
Well, if
But
we have any if we have any Dallas listeners, you guys are very stinky. But with all
players be crying and shit. I be telling them, hey, bro, if I know you, bro, and you play for the team I'm talking about, I ain't talking to you, motherfucker. I'm talking about your team.
right,
You
exactly.
my dog forever. If I'm talking about you, I say your name. But like I said, man, I don't care. God damn it, I'm talking about your team. It's the NFL, my boy. I ain't talking about you, motherfucker. Even if you
Right.
going
Oh, yeah.
there, boy. But it's love though.
Absolutely. Well, all my good people, obviously, for the state
Mm-mm,
of what's up?
mm-mm. I think you about to end it. You about to end it?
What you got?
I got this question. I was thinking about this, and I'm like, damn. I want to see what people would say or how they gonna, think about what I'm saying when I say this, because this is different. Let's say Kansas City is playing the Browns and Patrick Mahomes on offense. He snapped the ball. Myles Garrett is on the backside. Myles Garrett makes a whiff. Like he makes the dude whiff. Dude fall or something on the snap. Patrick Mahomes don't see him. And he just sitting in the pocket. If Myles Garrett took his fucking head off, would he be wrong if he did that?
No.
But hear me out this way. I don't think he should do that. I think no, it's crazy. Hear me out though. It's
I
crazy.
hear you, but continue.
It's
Continue.
crazy. It's crazy. Because I say that because you know how they protecting the quarterback anyway. But I don't care about seeing the quarterbacks get smacked. You feel what I'm
Right.
saying? I don't care to see a quarterback get like drilled into the ground. Like especially when you don't even see him coming. Like I
Right.
don't care about that. Because obviously this is a quarterback game, bro. Who the backup quarterback for the Chiefs? If
Carson
you got
Wentz.
an open kill shot on Patrick Mahomes and you in the NFL, I want to know as a player, would you take it? Would you take that kill shot on Patrick Mahomes? Or would you just be like, bro, Patrick Mahomes is great for the league. I don't need to take this kill shot on him. I can just go for the ball or wrap him up to a way where the play over with and I don't have to kill him. You feel what I'm saying?
True. I understand where you're coming from that. My standpoint is, so let's go ahead and put yourself in the DN's position.
Yeah.
Do you know if you go ahead and kill basically the man that is the front of the NFL, you won't have a job for the rest of your career in the NFL because number one, league gonna be on you. Number two, every team's gonna be on you. Number three, they just don't want you because you were a Patrick Mahomes ender, I guess. But I understand where you're coming from. You know, if I'm a DN, I'm gonna just go ahead and wrap him up. Maybe go ahead and maybe get a little tackle for loss and be like,
It can be a DB coming off
I
a
bet.
safety blitz. And you just got a kill shot. Would you take it? I'm talking specifically Patrick Mahomes. Would you take that shot?
Yeah. Even though I understand where you're coming from, yeah. I mean, I won't. Nah, yeah, I probably would.
I feel you, but
I understand where you're coming from, though. That is
he the face of the league, bro. You feel me? It's like,
yeah.
Why try to like murder him? You feel me? Like, why not just tackle him, or go for the ball, or like I said, just wrap him up to the bro. They don't even want you falling on the quarterbacks now.
Yeah.
And I'm talking specifically now. Like I grew up watching quarterbacks get murdered, bro. Like
Basically.
yeah, so I grew up watching that. But I'm talking about now. It's a new game. Like I don't want to see the Chiefs if Patrick Mahomes not playing. And if you happen to be the one to get an open shot on Patrick Mahomes, and you come and blast him, knock his helmet off, he get hurt, and now he out for 5 weeks because you didn't fucked up his elbow. You think the NFL gonna be cool with that? You think the Swifties are gonna be cool with that?
Hey, Taylor Swift might put a bounty on his head.
Bro, this is $1 billion business, my boy.
For
you
real.
Think they business on the sideline?
Nope.
Nah, they don't want to see that. That's why they protecting these quarterbacks. Nah, they don't want you falling on them or nothing. So that was the question I was thinking about. Like, damn, if somebody had an open shot on Patrick Mahomes and he ain't see him coming, would they take it? In your right mind, would you take it? And yeah. That was just something I think about. But yeah.
That's a good question. I knocked the ball out, though. I got love for Patrick Mahomes. He does great for the league. But anyways, for all my good people, Lions play this weekend on Sunday, obviously against the Vikings. Our good Michigan State Spartans play against Iowa primetime 6:30 on Saturday. My good brother Lippett, it's always a pleasure. Take us out.
Hey, man. Drink y'all water. Lions about to go in there and get a dub. I'm taking the Lions. I ain't playing. I'm taking the Lions. I'm taking the Lions. Nah. I'm taking the Lions. Yeah, man. Drink y'all water. Enjoy y'all day. Got a little lemon in there. You feel what I'm saying?
Like it.
Take care of yourselves, man. And
Absolutely.
that's it. Don't be like the Cowboys, man. Don't be like Jerry, man. Don't be getting mad at people because they ask you questions and stuff, bro. You a billionaire, man. Just go ahead, chalk it up, laugh it out. Your team losing right now, bro. It's all right, man. You ain't got to be a sore loser, dog. Like, come on, bro. Don't you got everything you ever wanted times 10? Come on, bro. Don't be acting like that, bro. Don't be trying to get people fired from their job, bro. That ain't cool, bro. That ain't cool.
Not at all.
Like you said, come here. You get in time out, my boy. Hey, like I said, I wanted to play for Dallas Cowboys, so I would have been, but
man,
fuck it. It is what it is.
It is what it is. Absolutely. Go ahead, y'all. Have a wonderful day. Have a great weekend. We will see you soon. Peace out.